Alright fans, we got more tag team tournament matches coming up in the second hour, but right now, let's wrap up the first with Ballarat Jack's new lady, Virginia Austen, set to go one-on-one against the Yankee Rose, Miss Georgia Washington. I like the way you said that, Ballarat Jack's new lady. Yeah, I know, right?
This next ladies match is scheduled for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Approaching the ring first, from Adelaide, Australia, representing the UK ladies, Virginia Austen.
You know, out of all those former Bell Council women, seems like Jody Dvorak is the only one who's made it decently after the council was broken up. And I'm convinced that Virginia Austen here, well, she's just the cheapest for-sale opportunist we've got around here. To just step in and snatch up Jessica Goldman's old spot like that, you just know she and Jack have probably been carrying on for weeks behind Goldman's back. Now, I got zero proof of that, but you know, pattern recognition. Jack was on the outs with Goldman all through the Summer Sweet Revenge Tour, and that's when things went really sour for Goldman, as far as Jack was concerned. Well, they're both catching the heat for it right now.
They most certainly are. Oh boy.
Let me roll up onto the sidewalk and take a look, yeah?
And her opponent, from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, she is the Yankee Rose, Miss Georgia Washington.
Well, here's an M. Night Shyamalan twist. A match where Georgia Washington is actually favored to win? There's that unpopularity on Virginia peeking out again. As much heat and hell as they've given the Yankee Rose, she's practically sainted next to Virginia Austen, who might as well be rocking her own scarlet letter. I'm trying to find polite ways of saying impolite stuff, and it's very hard.
I think I quite understand, Christy. I do believe I understand exactly what you're trying to say, and no, it isn't exactly nice, but it is, well, cogent, let's say. I can say it. Stu Hart would have called her a whore. I've heard Jim Cornette tell that story about Stu Hart in the phone. Well, it must be quite a change of pace for the Yankee Rose to be the favored opponent in any match. Willie Johnson sounds the bell. Virginia Austen swings and misses with the right, gets a hold of Georgia, whips her to the ropes, does absolutely nothing. Georgia puts on the brakes. Uh-oh, here we go. Virginia Austen with a military press drop. A rebound off the top rope, a moonsault across the back of the Yankee Rose. Georgia Washington puts on the brakes, delivers a knee, a slap to the face of Virginia Austen, and a spinning neckbreaker. Virginia Austen, gathered up by the Yankee Rose, halted and blocked by Virginia Austen. Austen countered by the Yankee Rose, another slap to the face. A series of shots and a spinning forearm, followed up with a driving knee to the head of Virginia Austen. Virginia counters with a leg sweep. Georgia counters with a kick to the head. The Yankee Rose takes herself all the way topside. Virginia Austen, whoa, quickly getting out of the way, but missing with her leg drop as well. Two moves that didn't find the mark. Georgia Washington with a vertical suplex on Virginia Austen. And boy, Virginia Austen, talk about your lightning rods of controversy, as I so often say. She has certainly become one of those. Georgia. Whoa, I'm not sure what that was supposed to be, but it did kind of work. Virginia Austen laid out on the canvas by that rather ungainly move by Georgia Washington. Now twisting the head and neck area of Virginia Austen. And boy, is she unpopular at the present time when the Yankee Rose, Georgia Washington, is the favored opponent in any given match. That is absolutely unprecedented. Another leg sweep from Virginia Austen. Virginia catches an elbow to the gut. A right, a chop, another chop, a third chop, and a hard right, another chop, a series of chops, and whoa! What a brutal set of shots to Virginia Austen. The Yankee Rose again driving the knee into the head of Virginia Austen. Jenny Austen, as she now likes to be known, having her share of problems. She has been through it all. Former member of the Bell Council, has competed numerous times against Dynamite Jeannie Parker for the Women's World Championship, none of those attempts ever bearing fruit. Georgia Washington off the top rope. Ooh, a rather ungainly crossbody, but a pin. 1, 2. Oh, close but no cigar. Willie Johnson really starting to hear it from Georgia Washington, but it was definitely a 2 count. A stomp to the arm of Virginia Austen. Austen quickly back up on her feet, catches a kick to the midsection from the Yankee Rose. Georgia Washington has Austen up over in the fireman's carry. Virginia Austen counters it into an inverted DDT center ring, taking down the Yankee Rose. Georgia Washington rounded up over the shoulders, but she too not going for the ride quietly. Virginia Austen again rounded up over the shoulders, but oh, look at this. Oh, well now. A package slam from behind. The Yankee Rose with a spin kick that stunned the crap out of Virginia Austen. 2. Willie Johnson gonna get a complex after Georgia Washington gets done taking him to task on those counts. Virginia Austen slowly makes her way to a standing position. The Yankee Rose countered by Virginia, who goes behind for this little bit of a surfboard stretch thing and a headbutt right between the shoulder blades to the Yankee Rose. A kick to the midsection. Virginia Austen setting it up. There it is. The goodnight kiss. And she just tucked in Georgia for the pin. 1, 2. Yankee Rose quickly getting that right shoulder up in a rip of a hurry, making sure the referee saw it. Oh, look at this. What a sadistic stretch here from Virginia Austen. Quickly countered by the Yankee Rose. Back up on her feet. Locks it up with Austen. Austen has her up. Sidewalk slam. Virginia Austen trying to regain control of the match after Georgia Washington's dominated for most. Whoa, that was beautiful. Having to give credit where it is due, Virginia Austen just executed a gem of a move. Hard right, spins the Yankee Rose around, jumping neckbreaker to Georgia Washington. Virginia Austen could very well end things right here with that move. Here's a pin attempt. 1, 2. And yet again, Willie Johnson just catching it from all sides here. A kick to the head from the Yankee Rose to Virginia Austen. Austen center ring as Georgia starts to really open up here. Right back to work on the head and neck area of Virginia Austen. Virginia slammed to the canvas. The Yankee Rose runs across the apron, takes it to the top, and here we go. Oh, what a knee right across the throat of Virginia Austen. 1, 2. Unbelievable. Oh, the Yankee Rose is mad. Georgia rounds up Austen. A slap, a right, and a rib breaker from Georgia. The Yankee Rose catches a kick from Virginia Austen. Quickly back up on her feet. Tries to round up Georgia Washington. Goes behind on her. And whoa, tried for something but didn't get it. Georgia Washington stamped her foot and got out. Spinning neckbreaker to Virginia Austen. Now a head scissor, followed up with a sharp rap to the noggin. Virginia Austen gathered up by Georgia, whipped over the top rope out onto the apron. There's a hard right that puts her all the way down on the floor. Georgia Washington right out after her, wasting absolutely no time. Up over the shoulders, fireman's carry, and flapjack face first into the floor went Virginia Austen. Austen with a double shot to the Yankee Rose, followed up with a stamp to the arm. Referee Willie Johnson counting as Georgia and Virginia really start to mix it up on the outside. Virginia Austen decided she's had enough, takes herself back into the ring. Georgia Washington moves in, and here we go. A slap across the chest, a shot, a right, a left. Oh, man. Draped over the middle rope, a kick to the calf from Virginia Austen to Georgia Washington, who limps out of the corner. Austen with the military press slam again on the Yankee Rose. And a set of hard right hands to the head. And now Georgia Washington's starting to take quite a bit of punishment. What a moonsault from Virginia Austen, who's going to go high risk again, apparently taking herself to the top turnbuckle. Georgia Washington laid out center ring. And she starts to slowly make her way to a standing position. Here we go, and a Hurricane Rana to the Yankee Rose. Wow, that was beautiful again. Virginia Austen has a wicked leg drop, but she hasn't been able to land it once on Georgia. Georgia, with a set of shots, a kick, gets a hold of the leg, dragon screw, takes Virginia Austen down to the mat. Austen, rounded up by Georgia, a snap of the leg from the Yankee Rose. Georgia Washington rounds it up into the figure 8 leg lock, foregoing the Rockets' red glare, going with a submission instead. Look at the arch on that back. Virginia Austen in all kinds of trouble. Referee Willie Johnson checking things out. Austen tapping out. That is going to do it, ladies and gentlemen. The Yankee Rose with a surprise win over Virginia Austen. Let's go get the official time from Aria Mitchell.
Here's the time, 8 minutes and 29 seconds. And your winner, Miss Georgia Washington.
Well, there are 2 surprise gifts under Georgia Washington's Christmas tree. A tap-out win over Virginia Austen. And get this, the adulation of the fans for a change. I'm not even sure Georgia's able to handle it.
Yeah, well, she shouldn't get used to it. It's not like she's going to face Virginia Austen every night. But let's give credit where it is due. She did score a tap-out win, and she didn't even use the Rockets' red glare to do it. Well, Virginia Austen, she's going to continue to suffer. It's just the nature of things.
And that concludes tonight's first hour of RWL Rage. We will be back with the second half right after this brief intermission. Stay with us.